Hey guys, so today we're going to be reviewing some of the worst cars that have ever made their way into the Pornstar shop. First up, we have the Bronco that was the getaway car for O.J. Simpson. It was a big deal when one of the most famous cars in America appeared in the shop. As the episode was aptly titled, "If the Porn Don't Fit," Rick decided not to buy the car, and that's a good thing. He probably never would have been able to sell it, though Rick thinks he could find someone willing to pay a ridiculous amount for it. The owner wanted $1.3 million for the car, eventually going down to $1.25 million, but Rick said, there's nothing to compare it to in price, so he walked. Smart move. In 2017, it was noted that the same Bronco went on sale at auction for $700,000, so maybe Rick wouldn't have been able to find a buyer after all.
All right, so how much you want for this?
$1.3 million.
Up next is a 1940s Indian motorcycle. The Indian Motorcycle Corporation was founded as the Hendy Manufacturing Company by George M. Hendy in 1897 to manufacture bicycles. These were initially badged as the Silver King, Silver Queen brands, but the name American Indian, quickly shortened to just Indian, was adopted by Hendy from 1898 onwards because it gave better product recognition in export markets. This 1940s Indian motorcycle was one of the products in Rick Harrison's possession when he had a world-class loss at an auction. Rick tried to turn a quick profit on a number of items by taking them to auction, including big-ticket items like this 1940s Indian with a sidecar, and the Vic Flick-owned Fender Stratocaster. He took them to Julian's Auctions in LA, according to the Indie Channel. Unfortunately, he took a hit for $29,000 on the motorcycle and $35,000 on the guitar. His other items must not have done well either, because he reported his total losses that day at around $100,000. Afterwards, he said, "Trying to look for a silver lining, and I just can't find it. I'm dreading going back to the shop."
You're getting a deal at that price.
I'm thinking more like $70,000. It's going to cost me like $15,000 to get it fixed up, and I'm assuming I'm going to get right around $100 at an auction.
Another dud that they ended up losing on was the 1974 Lotus Europa. The Europa concept is believed to have originated during 1963 with drawings done by Ron Hickman, then director of Lotus Engineering, for Lotus's bid for the Ford GT40 racing car project. Supposed to be directly involved in a fight against the all-conquering Ford GT40. This was supposed to be Lotus's car to get them fighting for the Le Mans 24-hour championship. However, this fell through, but the little Lotus Europa was one of the best sports cars on the market. It was designed as a Formula-style car for street driving, and 9,300 were produced between 1966 and 1974.
Yeah, 13's what I can do.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
All right, let's go do some paperwork.
And lastly for this video is the Volkswagen Type 181. Endearingly referred to as the Thing, is one of the cheapest cars that has ever existed. Originally developed for the West German Army, it was supposed to be the German alternative to the British Jeep, but unfortunately it's underpowered, air-cooled and with a rust-prone chassis that was a slightly larger version of the Beetle that never quite took off. The Thing offered four-wheel drive and a light curb weight. At least it's got something going for it. The styling was distinctive but not enough to justify buying this monstrosity. Creature comforts were non-existent and performance was uninspiring. So buying a Thing today is courageous, but foolish. Maybe it has something to do with the sentimental value of the car to Rick Harrison. The first car he ever owned in 1973 was one of these cars.